Well, hello, everybody. I am Carl Madley. I'm a self-proclaimed professional amateur gold miner and prospector. So I'm just starting out, but I'm professional about it. I even got one of them cool microphones. I'm at a spot here not far from home. I've been here quite a bit. I've done a few lives here. I shot a ton of footage here, but I can't remember if I've uploaded any or not. The problem is I never find a lot of gold here. We find really cool rocks. We find tons of black sand and so much pyrite or mica, you would think that there's a stripper factory at the end of the creek. When you're done classifying, everything downstream from you is just covered in gold glitter. It makes it almost impossible to pan. And but we find gold every time. We run a 5-gallon bucket. We find between 10 and 20 flakes, which isn't a lot. At other places, I put 2 shovels in a pan and I get 10 flakes. So we keep working our way around on the creek. The last time we were here, something come up and I had to leave. So I only got to run like a bucket and a half. We were digging that right out of the bedrock. This is an old gravel quarry. All around there's ponds, there's holes, there's a little bit of exposed bedrock, there's a hillside there. But this whole property where I'm standing used to be a lot taller. It hasn't been a gravel pit in about 100 years, I'm told. And they never did dig in the creek. So we'll keep working in the creek, hoping to find that right hole where there's just some gold accumulated. And I'm going to take you guys with me today for that adventure. As usual, I've got everything packed up in my cool little army bag here. Oh yeah, my wife wore this the last time, so the straps are a little short. I just keep a couple of buckets, a couple of pans, my big classifier, my little classifier. There's a container for concentrates, and there's supposed to be a snuffer or two in there. So pretty much everything a guy could need. There's some gloves in there as well. But my buddy Zach might be meeting me here when he's done with work. Nice thing about this is it's all fenced off. There's a gate you got to go through, which I closed that gate today. Normally I leave it open, but it smells a little bit like poop here more than it normally does. So I wasn't sure if someone's got a couple horses in here or not. So I thought I just better close the gate just in case. I do have permission to be here. The only thing I was told was to close the gate, and I was pretty sure he meant when I leave, but he might have meant to close the gate the whole time. So we got it closed up for today, which is really nice too, because I don't have to worry about anyone coming in here and messing with me. So I'm going to grab you guys, take a walk. The creek is just behind us over there, and then where we're working is, it's a little bit of a hike up the creek where I was at last time. But I'll probably grab you guys. We'll just take a little walk. If I don't like this, I can always edit it back out later. Hopefully the microphone's working. I've had problems with this mic in the past, with it wanting to overmodulate. So, like I said, hopefully it's working good. And it is a beautiful Saturday in Wisconsin. So, we've got a nice spot here where the fence isn't in the best of shape. It lets me step over, although I do need to be very careful because this is where I poked the hole in my boot. I had just fixed a big hole in my boot, and then I came here and I sure enough ended up poking a hole in my boot when I stepped over the fence. So as long as I don't touch them really sharp barbed wires, should be fine. And you can see like that there was dug out. I'm sure they dug down and got the gravel out of there back in the day. And then this is the actual creek. And we have had an awful lot of rain. You can see this was underwater again here. I didn't come here and look yesterday or the day before, but I think because it hasn't rained, didn't really rain yesterday, so it's had a whole day to let this water come down some. I think we'll be able to get in here and we'll be all right. But that is what we're working with. So I am going to put the phone away so I can make this trek. I got to go in and out of the creek to get up, but I'll bring you guys back in a minute when I get where I'm headed to. So this is the area that we were checking out last time the most. And if you look way off through the woods there, that semi-trailer, that's right where my truck was parked. So I'm not too far from the truck. And you can see we've got bedrock. That's bedrock there. And this is all broken bedrock. But I'm standing on bedrock all through here. And the last time I was here, and it was a real pain in the butt, but we took all of this rock out, all of that rock there out, and I dug that whole valley right there out. I'll try to get you a better perspective of it here. There we go. So I dug the whole valley from right in there, all the way down to right in there. And I got a little bit out down at the very bottom right there. But, and you can see the rains have actually washed some fresh dirt out of there. But I thought with that being a trap like it was, and like I said, I did get down in the very bottom down in there. You've got this long straight stretch that comes right up to this rock. And any of the gold's going to be just traveling on the outside. It's going to hit this rock and get stuck in here as the creek turns its corner. And I'll tell you what, I didn't really find much. You would think that that would have been one of the best spots around because it's got the hard rock to catch the gold. And I just didn't find that much at all. I know Zach had dug, well, there's some of his tailing, so he had dug right in there, and then when we were kind of fixing up where we have a little bit of a dam going there, he had dug some out of there. Unfortunately, he didn't get to run his dirt because, like I said, my phone rang and we had an emergency and we had to leave. So I really do want to keep digging this bedrock, but at the same time, I really don't. It was a real pain in the butt. It took me a long time to get one bucket of material, and I just didn't find enough gold to where I want to mess around there again. I think my target this time is going to be right there. You've got the narrow spot, and then it widens out, and right here. So this would be the outside. And anything coming through that corner there will be getting pushed right down this bank. And I think I'm going to target that little spot right there where that first low pressure area is. And also when the creek is high, you can see it gets way up on top on both sides. So that would be a spot where things are dropping in. We've got another one here, but that's the inside bend. So I'm going to start right up there, and I'm going to dig. I'll probably do a 5-gallon bucket right away. It takes a little while because this is such rocky material. You don't get a lot of dirt. So I'll make a bucket. I've got a spot right there where I can sluice, or I might be able to sluice on that waterfall right up there you're seeing. So I'm going to wander my way up that way, and that's, I think, where I'm going to set up for the day. See you in a bit. I'm right at that spot that I pointed out. You can see the main stream's coming right down through here, and it's starting to get fat. You can even see the bubbles are swirling a little bit right there. So I'm going to pick up some of these bigger rocks, just kind of build myself a little wing dam to work behind. Okay, just a little bit easier on them first couple of scoops with the shovel. There's a concretion rock there, all kinds of little rocks inside of another clay type material from a million years ago that got really hard. Wow. This looks to be petrified wood. We're going to save that one to get a better look at it later. But it sure has that look and feel of petrified wood. All right, I think that gives me a pretty good size area here. I don't know if my bucket and classifier are visible or not. Scoop or two in them before I bring them over better. I got into some good cool rocks already. Got a here, this red jasper with the cool granite stripes and quartz stripes in them. That is a neat one for sure. But I'm not going to grab too many rocks here today. I'll try to get this somewhere a little closer to me now that it's got some weight in it. Okay. So, this looks like another piece of that, what I thought was petrified wood. So I might have been wrong. Oh, there are always some cool rocks in here. That's why I look. Rinse them off a little bit. Big old piece of quartz. It's got some rust in it. A little bit of black in it. I mean, there's all the signs here that we should be finding gold. All the signs except for gold. There's another cool piece of that black granite and red granite or red jasper. And then here's a little tiny quartz nodule that was shiny. It looked like it come right out of the rock polisher. Other than that, I don't see anything else too cool. There's another chunk of quartz there. So, off to a good start. I think I got enough weight there now to hold my bucket down. I would like to hit some more clay material. If I could get some more clay. There's some red going on in that, though. That's nice. But because this is all gravel, and I know it goes deep, the gravel deposit, because they've got these deep ponds dug up there. and they wouldn't have dug the ponds unless they were finding gravel in them. Unfortunately, the gravel just keep dropping down into the gravel unless you got some clay mixed in there with it to kind of suspend it from heading for China. I better shake this out just to see. You overfill the classifier, it doesn't work that great. There's some crazy, there's quartz with that red rock in it. All kinds of stuff going on in there. More of them. I don't see a whole lot else. There's definitely a lot of organic material, like straight up wood. So, bit in my bucket. That's a nice start. Sometimes when we dig here, it's so rocky, you don't get any dirt. I'm going to grab this rock right now. Look at that. Quartz and red stuff all mixed together. Another real neat one. And I see a more soil that looks kind of clayey. I think that's all it's going to take here is just to find a spot where the gold got grabbed. And we keep digging around. So if we can just find that one spot with the clay where it's looking a little better. Ooh. Not a tool. And I am near some Native American ground. And this being a nice creek, I am always on the lookout for arrowheads, spear tips, and whatnot. And as you can see, I got some red dirt coming out of the bucket. Oh, I filled it too full. I did see, look at this red stripe. That's what we're after, some nice red stuff like that. Everywhere else I go, that's where they hide the gold at, is in with that red rusty stuff. So, making me feel like there's some potential. Bucket's a little bit under half full now, so that's good too. Washing rock all day to dirt really gets old here. So the fact that I found a spot with at least some dirt in it really makes me feel better. When I get this bucket about 3/4 full, we're going to go up and sluice it. I don't usually do pans here because there is so much mica or fool's gold or pyrite, whatever you want to call it. I'm actually looking at a piece on that rock right now. Big piece too, just shining. Looks like a gold nugget. You see it in the dirt on the banks. I'll find a spot at some point. I have one, but I just shut the camera off, where I could have just zoomed in and showed you guys how the banks of the creek glimmer. Look, that's a nice shovel of red dirt, though. Maybe I'm on to something here, finally. See that mica and pyrite drives you nuts trying to pan it out. It's easier to let the sluice float most of that away. A little bit more water in my bucket. There's a little bit of color in that rock and some stripes. We do find agates here, so I'm always looking. We'll do one more time. One more time. I'd like to get another good scoop of that red dirt. Oh, might have bit off more than I could chew. Oh no. There's a little bit of red in there. Well, raven quartz, a little bit of jasper, a piece of whatever that is. Got the red on it and the shell rock. All right. Clean the classifier out, throw it up there. I'm going to set this bucket up on shore. And I'll shut that camera down. As long as that's going to stay, I'm happy with it. I'll get that camera shut down. I'm going to go set up the sluice. We'll see you guys in a minute here. Alright guys, I ditched the microphone. I just have to talk louder now. No matter where I move it on my body, it's either not loud enough or it's got that over-modulation noise. And I don't know, that crappy audio is a big turnoff for me, so I'd rather have to yell at you than have you guys listen to that. That was my first scoop. I might have to lift this end of the sluice up just a little bit. And yeah, it should be nice if that was gold. I don't know if you can see that right there in the camera. Right under my finger is a piece of that fool's gold. Yeah, alright, so I'm going to try to get this rock here without knocking you guys into the creek. I think it worked. There's a nice little sliver. That got her cleaning. I might go up just a little bit higher than that. I should have maybe ran some dirt before I turned you online. But I was thinking we were just going to do one bucket together and I was going to film a whole bunch of it. Give you the full experience. And then I might actually go live if I start finding some gold. That one didn't work. Oh, that's a little too much. Way too much. Guess I'm gonna have to just stick with the little slivery guy. Let's see what it does. Really, if I could get the other end of this down some. There's just such good flow here and a little bit of drop after this big boulder. Thought I'd give it a shot without having to actually move any rocks around in the creek. Give me a little more drop. Well, folks, the water's a little bit cold. There, that's held in place now. Well, that's definitely eating material better. I think I like that just fine. It's faster than I can pan, that's for sure. But I tell you what I'm going to do. I'll put you guys out of your misery, and I'll pause this video till I get it all ran down. And then we'll come back and do a cleanup together and pan it all out. How's that sound? See you in a little while. Alright, so Carlos is in the creek in North Carolina live.
It's your only dog.
I'm checking him out while I'm putting my last scoop in. So it looks good. I'm going to see if I can get Carlos to say hi. He's got his, showing off his cool stuff. He's got all that going on. I asked him to say hi. We'll see if he does.
That's good. That's good. He's using that with a 1500 pump. Zap was using the mini monster, but the pump was down.
I'd love to be in the creek that they're in. They're going to find more gold in one shovel than I find in all day working here. But still good thing. Alright, this will be my absolute last little bit. So we're going to put Carlos down. And let's do a cleanup. Clean up, clean up, clean up. While that was going on, I shot a short. I was checking out Carlos's live. Watching dirt go through. Had a couple of big chunks of rock go through. Oh, one of them didn't go through. I don't know if you guys can see it from your point of view, but it is black sand everywhere. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. This whole thing is black sand. It's in every little spot. Just everywhere you look. But we're gonna slide her in the bucket. Get it up on shore here. Maybe I'll just do it right here quick. Get her out of there. I got these cool little rocks holding it down. There we go. Get the dream mat in there. Clean out your crack. You gotta have a clean crack. Alright. Don't go anywhere. I love the dream mat. Cleans right up real nice. Catches gold. Looking for anyone, even one little speck of yellow in there. I don't see any. Alright, I'm going to drop back in, get the little locks holding her down. Good enough. I'm going to take all of this up on shore. Get this dumped into my pan, flip you guys around, and we'll see what we can see. Alrighty. Oh, jeez. Splashing myself right in the face. Gonna cheat a little bit here. Big huge chunk of mica, trying to act like a gold flake in there. That fool's gold will get you here. You think you found the richest gold deposit in Wisconsin. Oh, but I did see there's a couple dancing up to the top. Holy cow. That's probably one of my better pans here ever. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Pretty satisfied with that. And you know, I'm not getting it all because I really didn't pan this for crap. That's actually a little bit bigger piece there. Alright, let's see if I can wash that back. Holy cow, that one might be a mica. It's got a funny color to it. Oh, I got gold floating. Get back down. Get back down. Alright guys, I am just going to set this up like that. Bust you out of your little spot here. There it is. I'm pretty happy with that for sure. Like I said, that big guy right there, that might be a mica, but the rest of them are gold. Let me, I'm going to get you in super zoom. Well guys, I have more than what you're going to see. Every time I get it worked up, I slosh it around. I got gold floating all over. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 little specks just floating right now. But some of these are pretty decent. There's 3 pretty good size ones right there. Let me find, where's my finger? 3 of them there. And then there's a couple more right there, and there might even be 2 there. There's 2 more right there. There's another guy right there, another guy right there. I think there's a few up in this riffle. And then one right in the middle there. Where's my finger? Right there. Easily one of the best pans I've gotten out of here. And I know, like I said, there's a little bit more gold in there. And then there's them floaters. So yeah, I think getting into that layer of mica, or not mica, that layer of red clay I was finally able to find. There's another little shot of it there. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. I'm going to wash these down into my cons. I'm definitely going to continue digging in that same hole, and I'm going to do a lot more. But I think this will be it for me videoing today. This video has already gotten to be quite long, and I want to enjoy some more time video or just digging. And like I said, I'm probably going to go live for a little while too. I see Carlos is live in the creek, so I don't want to take away from him. But after a little while here, I'll probably fire up and get some live time myself. And I know Zach's supposed to be here, so I thank you guys so much for watching this video. There will be many more to come. I found a spot that's 30 minutes from my house. I gotta dig 10 times what I gotta dig in Nugget Lake to find the same amount of gold. But I can pop in here whenever and check it out, have a good time, and go home. It doesn't take up my entire day. So I appreciate you guys sharing some of your time to check out what I'm up to. And I will see you soon. Tell your friends all about it. Like, subscribe, share. Send me $100,000 in the mail. Whatever is up to, whatever you feel like doing. Bunch of those things are free. The other one, hey, if you got it, do it. But do the free ones for sure. That's not asking too much by any means at all. So, everybody have a wonderful day. Thanks for enjoying my video. See you soon. We did end up getting the big sluice out. I ran 3 buckets through it for a total of 6. Zach ran 3 through it. He's about to take it out, clean up, and see what he got out of his 3. There's a piece of gold right there in the mat, for sure. Right there. Oh yeah, there's some up there too, and there's bigger one up there. He's on the other side of the creek for me, so he might have found something good. Put a little dam in here. Got a lot more water flow, plenty of drop. So, yeah, we're happy with it. We're going to keep finding decent gold. We'll keep digging here. I am panning down what I started. I got 6 buckets total. So, I don't know... I've been panning into a safety pan. And, oh yeah, there is. I'm going to have to turn you around a little bit here, get the sun working with me. But that's the results of my 6 buckets from today. And realistically, they weren't very full, so probably 5 buckets. But I'm okay with that for being real close to home. And I'm sure there's a little more hiding in there. But I'm going to snuffer that up. And then I'll keep cleaning this up. And then I might check my other pan to see if I lost any in the panning process. But yeah, nice day at the creek. Zach's going to work on his cleanup. I got to hurry up. This is his pan. He's going to want it. Anyhow, thank you guys for hanging out with me today earlier on the live. Thanks for checking out my shorts. I got a long video coming as soon as I get it edited. And I'm going to throw this one up too. See you guys soon. Well, there it is. There's a few more pieces floating around. And I mean literally floating around. I got a pretty decent smile on the pan. Let me help if I turn the light on here. And then those are all big garnets, so let's just go across the smile. And I'll get my finger in there so you can see. I mean, we're not talking huge anything. But for not being a Nugget Lake, I'm pretty happy with that. These are the garnets. I'm pushing these up. Look at the size of that one. It's a big garnet. And they are super clear. Like, super clear. So, I'm pretty overall happy. I mean, I said 6 buckets, but really they weren't that full. So, we'll call it 5 full buckets. To get that kind of a smile in the pan, close to home, I'll take that any day of the week. Heck yeah. It's going to take me a long time to get rich. But I ain't doing it to get rich. Thanks much, folks. Thanks much.
Hi.
What else do you... Like and subscribe. That's right, buddy.